Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. यच्छेद वांग मनसी प्राज्ञः तद्यच्छेद ज्ञान आत्मनि महति नियच्छेद तद्यच्छेद शांति आत्मनि. This is called as a process of dissolving, laya prakriya, and this comes from Kathopanishad. Yच्छेद वांग मनसी प्राज्ञा. Prajna, the sincere seeker of truth, the intelligent seeker of truth, not the intellectual. There's a difference between intelligent and intellectual. Intelligent people are never miserable. Intellectuals find out and justify and try to be intelligently miserable. They are intellectuals. Whenever a person is miserable, he is intellectual. So prajna is not the intellectual but the intelligent one. Bhagavan says in Gita, Gatasuna gatasuncha nanu shochanti panditaha. Wise people, intelligent people, they are never miserable. Nanu shochanti. On account of what? There are two counts because of which people are miserable. When somebody dies, they are miserable. Gata asun. Asun means pran, life. When somebody dies, they are miserable. Then, when somebody doesn't die, they are also miserable. ये मरता भी नहीं. Therefore, I told you, Bhagavad Gita has got 108 jokes. If you have got wisdom to see that, then you are in tune with Bhagavan Krishna. Otherwise, be with Arjuna and suffer throughout life. Asking question, why the sky is too high? See, friends, when we study Gita, which party you belong? Arjuna's party or Krishna's party? If you are with Bhagavan Krishna, there is nothing to worry. This is always like that. There is nothing new in this world. Nothing new. One day one person asked me this question, so I said, look here. This world has been always like this. For example, in Satya Yuga, there was Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, terrible monsters. Then in Treta Yuga, there used to be Ravan, Kumbhakarna, all Rakshasas. Then in Dwapar Yuga, there were Duryodhan, Dushasan, Dhritarashtra, etc. In Kali Yuga, we are there. What is new? This world has always been like. Don't waste your time on this world. Our struggle is like what? You must have seen sometime a bird sitting in front of the mirror. We also stand before the mirror and the bird also sits in front of the mirror. Now, what is the difference? When we are in front of the mirror, we do not look at the mirror. We look in the mirror. Second thing. When we look in the mirror, we do not look at the reflection. We look at ourselves. See? Therefore, in the morning, when we take toothpaste and toothbrush, do E like that. And we don't apply there. Apply to ourselves. Because we know this. But for the bird, this is not known. So what the bird sees, oh, there is somebody there. And this fellow is bad. So the bird goes on pecking very badly. When he pecks, the other fellow, see, he's also pecking me back. I'll teach him a lesson. And he keeps on doing it to such an extent that ultimately his mouth starts bleeding. He doesn't give up. Then he wants to go behind the mirror to see, where is that fellow? Goes behind, Oh, he has hidden again, gone somewhere. Again, he comes in front of the mirror. Oh, he's still there. I'm going to kill him. Now tell me, what that bird should do to get rid of these miseries? He should give in charity. He should do pranayam. See? He should serve the people. He should do the japa. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. He should wash the mirror with a very high power water force so that that reflection is removed. He should clean it. What should he do? Whatever he may do, it will be utter failure. Exactly the same way. I am miserable. Who are you? Husband, wife, brother, father, mother, sister, in-laws, outlaws. Who are they? They are like the reflection in the mirror. Now what we are doing? Husband tries to improve the wife who nowhere exists. And what is the wife? And the project of improving the wife, it is called as Ashakyanushthan, impossible undertaking. We want to improve the society. There was a great master in Bombay, Nisargadatta Maharaj, used to say very simple way. He used to say, all those who have come to save this world, they were shaved off. The world has always been like this. Similarly, all these personalities, mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, you cannot help them. Only come to know this much, that it is in relation to something. I am somebody. So, play your role perfectly well. If you are brigadier in military, you go to the office, roar like a lion. Wow. Everybody will be totally frightened by your presence because that is what is required. But when you come home, forget that you are a brigadier. Now you have to remember you are a husband. So when you come home, immediately change the channel. Meow, meow, meow. You will be happy in both the places. But what happens? We carry the burden of one body and pour it on another body. We are not one inside. We are a crowd. See, friends, this understanding itself is enough. But what happens? We start comparing. See, this thing, unfortunately, our NRIs don't understand. When your child is growing, take care of only this thing, that the child is able to turn itself, the child is able to crawl, the child is able to hear, see. This is more than enough. Now don't compare with other children. See, their child has started walking, although it's hardly 6 months. My child is 2 years not walking. You will become miserable. First principle to be happy in life, never compare with anything with anybody in this world. You are a unique creation. The moment you start comparing, somebody is born. See? So, whatever is your position, the Lord has given you for your evolution. See? One day, I went to Kailash, and there Lord Shiva and Parvati, they had called a meeting of all the saints and sages from India. I was also invited. And when the Lord came, we all got up. Lord came and sat in his chair, and we did namaskar. We also sat on the floor. Then the Lord said, "Dear saints and sages, we want to help and improve the lot of all the souls on the earth. Therefore, I take the responsibility of providing what is correctly needed for the evolution of every individual soul." When the Lord said like this, we started clapping. So Lord said, "Stop that nonsense. Then what will you do?" So we being Indian, we said, "We'll have a committee meeting." You know what is a committee? Committee is a group of people who are individually committed to nothing. Collectively they decide nothing can be done. The only conclusion of every meeting is when is the next meeting. So we said we'll have a meeting. Then next day we met. Then Bhagwan asked, "So what you have decided?" So we told, "Sir, for the evolution of every soul, you are providing the right environment. But in that right environment, how to interact, that we will teach. Therefore, the highest spiritual practice is listen to satsang." And satsang is that where other than the truth, nothing else is involved. No projects. You must have seen many places Bhagavad Katha for fund collection. Here they have got, what do you call that? Fundraising dinners. You come for the dinner with the president and you have to pay $10,000, and where that money goes, it goes to Bhagwan. See, when that tsunami happened in 2005, in Australia, they have collected huge amount, millions of dollars, for the welfare of the tsunami affected people. And 95% of the amount was spent in having a huge building for that organization, having the quarters for the people to stay, having the vehicles, and not even 5% has gone on whose name that money was collected. There was a big issue over there. See, friends, we have to be very clear about this. Therefore, you may do anything or may not do anything. The first priority of life is satsanga. Not a single day goes in our life without listening to satsanga. About this, I'll tell you an example. There is a friend of mine, I don't know where is he now. It happened in Delhi. He lost his wife. He was elderly, but his wife was young. He was 60, I think. His wife was 45. So when she died, he suddenly became totally depressed, frustrated. And he was teaching in a college, architecture. And one of the students told, "Sir, why don't you come to our Swamiji's talk?" He said, "I have never gone to any Swami." "No, you come. For my sake, you come." He came. Then he was with me for next 3 years. Never he left. Then one day when I was leaving, I said, "Hey, what did you get? You are coming every day for satsang. What did you get?" He said, "Swamiji, every day I used to carry one principle from your talk." And then he said, "Now I am completely out of all the problems that I have. Not only that, but I have discovered many positive things. As a tell example, he said earlier I was very arrogant. What I say, that is right. So when I used to conduct the meetings for any town planning, etc., I was the only one who will talk. Others will shut up. And then it is done. As a result, the work was done, but not their work. It was my work. So they are working as servants. There was no charm, joy in the working place. Then I took your principle. I said, tell me also, I'll try. He said, your principle was everything can be done many ways. We are all obsessed with one way. Then what did you do? He said, I went for the meeting, kept the plan on the table. All my subordinates were there. I told them, please give your input on this plan. And I had decided not to talk. Everybody said whatever they had to say. After that I said, now you all heard about what you have to say. Now you conclude and let me see what is your conclusion. And I am going to the bathroom. So I went out, nicely cup of tea, everything I had. After half an hour I came back. And I said, now what is your conclusion? Their conclusion was exactly the same what I would have concluded. But now, be attentive. But now, the scenario is different. Earlier, they were doing it as my job. Now, they are doing it as their job. Friends, success lies in involving everybody with us rather than dictating to anybody. By that, we merge our individuality and become one with the total. Never impose our views, never compare things and beings. See, in this manner, when we go to satsang, we come to know the secrets of life. The secrets are not available anywhere except in satsang. So, as we have learned, we have to go back to ourselves. You may go to any 5-star hotel, 7-star hotel, stay there, all comforts. There are servants to salute you and give you whatever you want. Sir, sir, sir. But how many days? 5 days, 6 days, 10 days, you get bored there. Enough, yeah, now let's go home. And as, be attentive, as our time of departure to the home comes, we are excited, eager to go home. And what is home? Not like here. Home in India. So you go home and there you have got a cot with 3 legs. 4th leg is a chair. You pull it and you sit on that and the cot makes musical cot. And then you ask a cup of tea to your wife. Like the 5-star hotel, sir, forget about it. How many times you want tea? You don't have to reply, keep quiet. Then the tea will come. And not a beautiful crockery with number of towels and number of, those instruments. No, nothing. Only in the hand, not even a tray. And the cup is deaf, no ear. And all the lips are broken. Not out of love and respect. So you take it. In that, the joy is infinite. Because that is your real nature. Exactly the same way. Whatever may be your achievements, failures, problems, you find solace only when you come back in deep sleep. What is a deep sleep? In deep sleep, we drop all the burden of prosperities and problems. Everything is dropped. We don't gain anything in deep sleep. Yet we insist to go to sleep. See, friends, exactly the same way. When we are able to be in sleep while we are awake, that is called as living in God. See, Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita 2nd chapter, Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagarti sayyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehe. When other people are awakened to this miserable world and suffer, that time the wise man is awakened to his divine nature. So he is living in the same miserable world. He is having the same political, economic, physical, mental, same problems. And yet, he is untouched, uninfluenced by them. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sayyami. Who is the Sayyami? We are learned it. Sayyami is the one who is having perfect control and well-educated mind. One of the most important spiritual practices is stop complaining about anything in this world. We have so many complaints about everything. If there is nothing to complain, poor God is omnipresent. We complain, oh God, why did you create such a terrible world? And therefore He doesn't listen to us. See, the world is not terrible. The world is exactly as it is required. See, the thorns for the rose, they are needed. Otherwise, people will keep on cutting them. It is required. The lotus grows in the mud. It is required. See, everything in this world is perfectly planned for our evolution. This we have to accept. There is no choice. And once we accept this, then what will happen? Whatever is our duty, that we will do. After that is done, wash your hands and now come back to yourself. And coming back to oneself is the beginning of spiritual practice. And spiritual practice is we start working on our mind. When we are working on the world, when we are working on the people, when we are working on our body, we are samsari. See? One of my friends defined who is a samsari. Samsari is the one healthy, intelligent, free, happy man, unmarried, one day thought, what a life without a wife. And therefore, he caught hold of some sari and he became samsari. So, friends, we have to start working on the mind. Now, question comes, working on the mind means what? First, we learn what is the meaning working on the body. By body, we have two functions. One is we work by the body, and second, we work on the body. Working by the body means what? We go for work, we do our job, then we earn money, and we have all security required for the life when we work by the body. Next step, we work on the body also. How? In the morning we get up and start running to reach nowhere. Again come back. We go to the gym. There is no need, but we keep on lifting the weight and putting it down, lifting it and putting it down. Why for? Because that time we are working on the body. If this is clear, exactly the same way, we have to work on the mind. Now, for that, we must know what is working by the mind. Working by the mind is default settings. Number one, we have opinion about everything. We, being Indians, we can give advice even to God. We can take decision or make decision for others. We have got suggestion for everybody. There is no need. This is our habit. So default settings is called as working by the mind. Now we start working on the mind. I'll tell you very simple techniques, not difficult. Working on the mind. First, before we talk, ask to yourself, is it necessary to talk? You will naturally remain quiet. But we have to talk. I should not say, if you should not say when you know, keep quiet. But we have to talk. See, when few people are together, if one person tells something, hey, I am surprised, yeah. This morning when I got up and came out, there was a about 6 inches or 8 inches long, small um, baby of a snake which was crawling just in front of me. Then I took one stick and just threw it in the grass. I didn't kill, I don't like it. Story is over. Do you think other people will keep quiet? There is nothing. I have seen such a long snake. Are you competing with the length of the snake or what? Is it necessary? Take other example. When one mother is talking about her child, now what the mother talks, all the foolishness of the child is considered as the wisdom of the child. Every mother thinks the same thing. There is no child better than mine. Illusions only can make us survive. So she is talking about her child. Do you think other mother will keep quiet? She will cut the throat of the earlier mother. Nothing. Mera dabbu jo hai na. So again start. My child. Has anybody asked you? See friend, there is a rule in scriptures. Na prushtaha kasyachit bruyat na cha anyayena cha pruchataha. Janan abhi medhavi jadavallokamacharet. When the questions are not born out of sincere inquiry to know the truth, wise people never give any reply. And janan api, although they know, janan api jadavat, like dumb, lokamachare. Live in this world like a dumb. It is better. Let the people think we are dumb because we don't talk, rather than giving a confirmation by opening our mouth. See, friends, there is no need. Automatically, a lot of our energy will be controlled. Then we have started working on the mind. First step. Second step, stop talking to yourself. See? The moment you do this, see, your asana becomes steady. Your breathing becomes slow and shallow. You don't require any external support. Doesn't matter what posture you are sitting. Try these two things. Start working on the mind. And when our mind has becomes quieter and quieter, this is what is said in this mantra which I told, Yached Vang Manasi Pradnya. Now the speech meaning means the external world will be slowly absorbed and dissolved in the mind. Then the world where we are will not be a source of disturbance for us. Next step. Whatever we have given importance, that alone is a source of disturbance for us. We don't get disturbed because of somebody else's children. We get disturbed because of our children. Actually, they are all children. But to our child, we give more importance. To other children, we become philosophers. These days, children are like that. No, I am talking about your son. Oh, my son? Oh, immediately everything changes. See, friends, now be attentive. Is anybody born with a cigarette in the mouth and a lighter in the hand? How do we pick up this habit of smoking? There we start Agnihotra. You know Agnihotra? First cigarette is smoked without any experience. But then we are committed. Second cigarette we take. Second cigarette has an experience behind smoking one cigarette. Third cigarette, it has an experience of 2 cigarette smoking. Nth cigarette, it has the experience of n minus 1 cigarette smoking. When n minus 1 approaches n, they are equal. So after some time, the cigarette starts smoking us. Now I cannot stop smoking. Now where from this habit has come? This is called as acquired nature. Be attentive. Our acquired nature controls, overpowers and covers our essential nature. Like sugar has sweetness as the essential nature. Whether it is in powder form, whether it is in cubes, whether it is in crystals, whether it is in the form of syrup, these are acquired natures. They can be anything. But essential nature, it must be sweet. In the same manner, essentially, we are all divine. Our divinity is covered by this acquired nature. And what is acquired nature? We allow the world to enter our mind. The world enters in our mind by way of importance that we have given to anything or anybody. See, if we have given importance to anything or anybody, we have to devalue that. See? Those people who are very perfectionist. There is nothing wrong being perfectionist. Such people are perfectly miserable because they are perfectionist. They expect everybody around them to be perfect. It will never happen. Because God has created this world for fun. He has not created this out of seriousness, only for fun. Therefore, what He does, He brings opposite poles together. If the wife is happy-go-lucky, the husband is a perfectionist. And every day on that perfection only, the Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra continues throughout life. This happened in Assam, in a Bengali house. I was staying with them. And the husband was very disturbed because he was a perfectionist. And the wife was happy-go-lucky. She will be eating pan all the time, and while talking, because she can't talk, like that she will do. So He took me to his bedroom. Swamiji, see, my wife. I said, she's outside. No, 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 not that. They use the comb for combing the hair. So in that comb, all the hairs are there. 3 or 4 combs here and there. See, Swamiji. So I lifted one comb and started cleaning it. Why you told me to clean it, so I'm doing it. No, 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 not that way. I said, what way? This is what she does. Everywhere. How many times I told her, don't do this, keep it in a proper place. She doesn't understand. You tell her something. I said, Amma, there is a case filed against you. Come. She came. I told her this. This is what happened. She went from near the window and from there. And with her sari only. What? Relax. She was not at all tense. See? Happy people are fat. Miserable people are bones. Be fat. I like fatty people. See? There are no hard, what you call sharp corners. You are very happy. So, she was like that. Then she said, Swamiji, don't listen to him. He was very cool. Don't listen to him. He always complains about anything. Now, why is complaining? Do you know about my hair in the comb? He doesn't have a single hair on his head. Therefore, he's jealous. She is so relaxed. We give importance to the things and we suffer. See? So, whatever you are supposed to do it sincerely, beautifully, cheerfully, and drop it. Don't carry the burden on your head all the time. When we get really tired, we go to sleep. That is nothing but unloading the burden of this world. And the same thing is done knowingly, cheerfully. You are walking the spiritual path. Who doesn't have problem in this world? Even an electric post has a problem. Do you know that? In the morning, these dog lovers, in the morning, instead of God leading them, the dog leads them. Spelling ulta ho gaya. D-O-G-G-O-D. So, they will be taking their dog and the dog will lead the person. And then, every dog has his own pillar. He will not do anywhere. I want to go to my pillar. And when he goes to the pillar, there first of all he will do this Ashtang Namaskar. Then he will do Atma Pradakshina. And after that, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. So when that doggy comes, even that electric post becomes disgusted. Oh God, it has come again. Who doesn't have problems, my friends, in life? To have a problem is a sign of life. Only dead people have no problem. They create problem for others. With this wisdom, when you start living, Yachedvang Manasi Prajna, now you are working on your mind. See? So this first principle, whatever we have given importance, continue, but only during that period. Then we have come to the mind. Then Tajyached Jnana Atmani. Now come back. Who was disturbed? Then we'll come to know that there was somebody who was disturbed. Now this somebody is isolated from everybody. So what has to be done? This somebody should look around and see, is this kind of problem only I have? There is nobody in this world who doesn't have any problem. Not possible. There are two types of problems. Problems of having and problems of not having. Those who have money, they have problem. How to save. Those who don't have money, they have problem. What to do? Those who have got health, they have got problem. They want to maintain the health. Those who don't have health, they have problem. They are struggling to get the health back. Everywhere, life is nothing but a series of difficulties and problems. See, friends, do not compare with anybody. The world has always been like this. And thus, educate yourself. Then what will happen? We have come from the outer world into the mind. From the mind, we have come to the I. Who is this I? Unfortunate? No. When I am not identified with the body, do I die? In the deep sleep, we are still there. In the dream, we are still there. But we are no more mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. Therefore, our existence is not dependent on the body. Whether the body is there or not doesn't matter. We continue to be. This body free existence is our essential nature. This notion, which is in every religion, that there is a soul in the body, make a soul curry and enjoy. There is nothing like soul, soul, soul. See, friends, soul is created by these religious people only to keep us under control by two remote control switches. One remote control switch is creating guilt. A guilty person is controlled. And second, switch by creating fear. If you do this thing, you will go to hell. One day one person here only asked me this question. If you say like this thing, you will go to hell. I said, okay, what about you, sir? Where will you go? Of course, I will go to heavens. I said, if you go to heaven, I will prefer hell. Can the hell exist without God? If the hell can exist without God, hell is more powerful than God. Don't get frightened. See, fear is the first and the last obstacle. We have to get out of it. A person living in a fear psychosis can never celebrate life. He'll be all the time living, every time fearful, fearful. No. In this manner, we slowly start withdrawing ourselves and then we come to know as to who we are. Now, when you come to this point, then you start playing. Be attentive. Start playing meditation. Do not do meditation. Meditation is not a verb. It is not an action. Any action you do, it will begin and end. That which ends is not the truth. Then live in meditation. How do we live? Be attentive. By playing meditation. Now, what is the meaning of playing meditation? To understand this, I'll give you an example. One day I went to somebody's house for food, and as usual, the food was not ready. So I said, never mind, anyway, what else can I do? So I wanted to read a newspaper, and a child was there, about 8, 9 years. He says, Sajay, no newspaper, you play with me carom. And I don't know how to play that useless game. But he wanted me to play. No, I can't say no because I had to eat his food. So I sat down And he was very expert in playing. And I don't know anything. But then I am not kacha. Then I diverted his attention, asking some question. Hey, what is that? When you look that side, I take out few dice and keep investing. How simple it is. It doesn't matter how you win. You win is important. Theft is not a crime unless you are caught. So that is my principle. So third time I did, I was caught. He started crying, Mummy, Swami is a cheat. I say, yeah, not, no more. Okay, I will not do that. And again we started. Meanwhile, his mother has kept the food ready. She said, Swamiji, food is ready. I said, hey, come on, now throw away everything. Let's go and enjoy food. He said, no, now we have to play. I am winning. Be attentive. For the child, victory and defeat was an issue. For me, it was a time pass. I was playing without becoming a player, is it not? Therefore, there was no defeat. There was no victory for me. Exactly the same way, when you start playing meditation, it will not be a good meditation or a bad meditation. It will not be a successful meditation. It will not be a failure meditation. When success and failure happens in meditation, it is a cartoon of meditation. And for that, let us play meditation. Now to do that, when you are sitting quiet, now start playing. Play as husband or wife. That you are a husband or you are a wife. And watch what kinds of thoughts come. You will know that the thoughts are pertaining to wife or the husband respectively. Now play another game. Play as parents or children. When you play that you are a child to your parents, are you disturbed? And what are the thoughts like? Are we reacting to our parents? I should have this kind of parents. Therefore, we are not disturbed because of the parents as much. We get disturbed because of the children. Now play as parents. The moment you play as parent, you start getting disturbed because of your children. Because you want a particular type of child. Friends know for certain, as we have no choice in selecting the parents, equally so, we have no choice in selecting the children. We have to live with both of them. Only one choice we have: live happily or live miserably. And the third experiment of playing meditation, remain as nobody. Nobody means he who doesn't have any past. We are in the utter present now. All the past is deleted. When there is no past, there cannot be any future. So, to lock the future, we play, we have no plans for doing anything after meditation. Now we are in the utter present as nobody, therefore nothing to do, and no future, therefore nowhere to go. Present without the past and the future is presence. This presence is eternal. But the presence with the past and the future is the present, which is a tense. And thereafter we start living in tensions. Living as presence 24/7 is living in meditation. The mind has already dropped the shape and the size of the body. There is no illusion of ourself being inside the body and the world outside the body. There is no division in space like inside outside. This infinite being is the ultimate truth. This is not a gain. This is not an achievement. This is our essential nature. When we come back home from work, Reaching home is not achievement, it is our own place. But when we go away from ourselves, then reaching and non reaching becomes achievement and failure. Being is knowing. Knowing cannot be without being. All that can be dropped is dropped, and that which cannot be dropped is our essential nature. remain utterly indifferent to everything, including the thoughts. Nothing is more important than just being. Ultimately, we lead to freedom from thoughts and not absence of thoughts. Freedom from thoughts means presence or absence of thoughts has zero value for us. Absence of thoughts means there are no thoughts. We enter in Prakriti, Jada Samadhi. So let us not fight with the thoughts. This eternal support is unopposed to everything, like the space doesn't oppose any shape, any event, any element. The ocean doesn't oppose any kind of wave. The mind doesn't oppose any thought. Consciousness doesn't oppose waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi. This unopposed presence is our essential nature. It is not gained, it is discovered. Take deep breath 2-3 times and see how the mind includes the body in its womb and the total mind is reduced to individual mind. Like when the woman includes the husband in her mind, the woman is reduced to a wife. When the woman includes the child in her mind, the woman is reduced to a mother. Exactly the same way, the movement of the prana includes the body in the total mind and individual mind is born. Move your fingers and toes. Now the illusion is perfect. We are inside the body, the world is outside. Recognize this whole process and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.